Yo, what's good, my people? It's your boy, Big Chris, aka the Compton Animator, and I'm here to give you a WWE Raw review. So tonight we're reviewing WWE Raw for April 14th, 2014, and let's get into this. So you have Raw. It starts off with a tribute to Ultimate Warrior, and you get everybody standing on the stage, and Triple H, and everybody wearing Warrior gear. You get Vince McMahon who comes out for this, and they're all just paying respect to the Warrior. You get a 10-bell salute here from them, and you also get a video package, a very good video package, just showing the history of the Warrior and stuff like that. They give a moment of silence plus a 10-bell salute at this point, and just saying rest in peace, Warrior. You get the crowd saying thank you, Warrior, and stuff like that. They show Warrior videos all through the night of him and some of his big matches like Rick Rude and Honky Tonk Man and stuff like that. So a very good opening segment and just their tribute to Warrior. And I like all through the night they showed a lot of stuff with Warrior here, and just a very good opening segment here. So the first thing in the night that you get is you get an Intercontinental Championship number one contenders tournament, and I really did like this, a number one contenders tournament with all the guys, with several guys who are basically guys who are on the top right now as far as the mid card goes, facing for the IC title, and a lot of things aren't happening with the mid card belts, but all these guys going against each other, and man, just putting these guys together and just really having a nice King of the Ring style. I mean King of the Ring, yeah, King of the Ring style tournament here was very nice, and it being for a number one contendership was also a nice touch here. I really did like this. So your first match in the tournament was Alberto Del Rio versus Rob Van Dam, and this was a very aggressive match between both guys. A lot of kicks, a lot of mishaps with Rob Van Dam trying to go for a moonsault and Del Rio moving, Rob Van Dam hitting pavement, and just both of these guys having a very fun and a very aggressive match here. You get Rob Van Dam who comes out with the frog splash for the win, and I like the fact that Rob Van Dam won here because he hasn't been here for a cool minute, and him coming back as far as not being here for a few months, coming back and getting a win here and progressing on in this tournament. But I kind of wish that Del Rio won here just because he has a little bit of history with Big E as far as earlier this month and a few weeks ago you had him beating Big E in matches leading up to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So I would like to see at least the guy who's been beaten down on Big E get into this as far as move up in this tournament. But Rob Van Dam's the guy that's coming back, and they're pushing him right now, so I was okay with it. So next you get a tag team match with Ryback versus the Road Brothers, and you got Goldust with a very nice jacket here, similar to Cody Rhodes. I really do like this jacket, and they have a pretty physical match here. Not a lot to this match. You get both of these guys get a lot of back and forth here. I like the match for what it was, but like I said, the crowd wasn't crazy into it. Certain things that they did here got the crowd into it more and more. The match goes down, and you get Cody Rhodes who goes for a dive on Ryback, and you get him hitting a disaster kick onto Curtis Axel, then goes for a disaster kick onto Ryback, but ends up eating a meat hook clothesline, and Ryback picks up the win for Ryback, and you get them picking up the win. I'm curious to see what they do with Ryback here. Ryback picked up, I think, their third or fourth win here as far as them guys looking strong. It's kind of sad to see that Cody Rhodes and Goldust are not really doing anything here but kind of getting beat, but they've coming off a very high summer last year and a lot of wins from recently, and they could suffer a few losses, especially to put over some guys like Ryback and pushing Ryback into the tag team title match picture. So I'm interested to see what goes on from here. So next you get the very foxy and fierce Alicia Fox versus the Diva of Tomorrow, the anti-diva Paige, and your new Divas champion Paige. And these girls come out and have a very good but short Divas match. Very physical match between both of these girls. Paige came out and had some physicality to start the match. Then you get Alicia Fox, who basically takes over the match from there and hits her move set on the Paige and basically putting her down. And I really did like the fact that they had Alicia Fox be Paige's first match coming into the main roster. As far as her first full match coming onto the main roster. And I really like the fact that they let the match be very physical, like it was supposed to be. Towards the end, you get Paige, who comes back and starts hitting her move set onto Alicia Fox, getting her with a kick, and then getting her into the modified Scorpion Deathlock, and Paige picks up the win here, makes Alicia Fox tap, and Paige is the winner. I really did like this match. Problems I would have probably had is I wish that AJ Lee came out after the match and cut a promo onto Paige or something, or also that I would have liked to see Paige use the Paige Turner here instead of the Scorpion Deathlock. I would like to see them save that for Extreme Rules or something and let her break it out then as, something her last resort to beating AJ Lee the second time. But I was okay with them using it here as far as the fact of showing, this is the rest of Paige's moveset here. So next you get your match with the Usos versus Rob Van Dam versus Randy Orton and Batista. It's been a long night. I was watching the Blood Moon and stuff like that, so this is my second time recording this as well, so give me a little break here. But before this match you had Batista and Randy Orton talking to Triple H, and you couldn't really hear what they're saying, but I'm guessing it was Triple H trying to get them to work with Triple H, and and they basically rejected it and going into this match. And this was basically a match where the Usos came in and got a little revenge onto both of these guys. This was a very physical match here. Usos took a lot of offense here in this match, and the Evolution guys had some offense here, but the Usos really was taking over here. Towards the end of the match, you get Batista, who kind of takes control with Randy Orton. They get a little bit of extra offense here and start beating down on the Usos outside, and that's when you get the Shield, who comes out and basically goes for the beatdown. I like the fact that they did this. I would have loved to see the Usos kind of take more of a stronger offense here, as far as them probably leading to almost a win in this match, but I like the way this went out. You get the Shield, you get Roman Reigns, who hits a Superman punch onto Batista, and Randy Orton basically gets Batista out of the ring, and you have a big stare down with them. After the match, you had Triple H, who talks to both of these guys, and it's like, I told you so. You should have joined up with me, and now you need to do this because we need something to happen. So that's basically lean onto what happens in the main event, and the Shield gets set up for a mystery triple threat match later on. So next you get Paul Heyman, who comes out and talks up Brock Lesnar again, and he's by himself, but he's talking to shout up Brock Lesnar and saying how good he is and how he beat the streak and stuff like that, and the crowd is just hating on him here. And he brings out again Cesaro, who introduces him for a match and talking up Cesaro as the King of Swing and stuff here too. So you get a match with Cesaro versus Mark Henry in a very physical big man match. You get Cesaro, who kind of just works very well here as far as showing that Mark Henry's very strong and that he's pushing Cesaro all over the place, but you also have Cesaro finding ways to kind of keep his strength up by standing on the ropes and stuff like that, or trying his best to just be as strong as he can against Mark Henry. He doesn't end up getting that. Mark Henry basically outstrengths him, and then you get him going outside with Paul Heyman saying, let's go to plan B, and that's basically beating the shot of him with the strikes and stuff like that. And you get Cesaro, who goes out and just throws all these uppercuts, punches and stuff like that to Mark Henry and beats the shot of him from here. A very good strongman match, and a very good, just David and Goliath type of match. You get Cesaro at the end of the match, picks up Mark Henry for the neutralizer, lands it, puts him in the puts him in the pin, and 1, 2, 3, Cesaro wins. I really did like this match. Mark Henry looked strong, but you had Cesaro, who looked strong, and he also had Paul Heyman on the side, so that equalized to him winning. And this was also a number one contendership part for the for the IC title. So, another thing in that tournament leading up to that. So next you get another match with Alexander Rusev. You get the very beautiful Lana, who calls him out, introduces him to the crowd in Russian, and he basically has a squash match with Xavier Woods. Beat the shit out of Xavier Woods while R-Truth watches. Hits his signature, then hits the alkali, makes Woods tap. R-Truth comes in the ring and gets Rusev off of Woods, and they kind of have a back and forth. Woods goes to check on, Truth goes to check on the Woods, and Rusev ends up kicking Truth and celebrating with Lana after that. I'm hoping that they do something with Rusev and Truth after this and kind of putting them into a probably 2-match feud or something like that. But I like what they did with Truth and kind of give him a little bit of dominance over Rusev, showing that, you're not going to punk my friend, but also showing Rusev, don't step up to me, motherfucker, type thing. So I really did like that. They showed another 2 promo packages for Bo Dallas and Adam Rose. The Bo Dallas one was just another one of those simple promo packages for him. The Rose's one was more of a kind of skit thing where they had him playing Hungry Hungry Hippo on the bus, and a bunny rap guy dressed in a bunny rabbit suit losing and looking down to it, and he basically telling him, oh, don't look so sad, let's party type thing. I thought it was pretty funny for what it was, but another very good 2 packages from both guys, and can't wait to see when they hit the WWE main roster. So next you get another tournament match for the IC title with Jack Swagger versus Sheamus in another very physical match with both of these guys, and another very physical match of the night. These guys really go at it here, and they just put all out. You had a lot of offense between both of these guys. They took it everywhere around the ring, the apron, and stuff like that. Like I said, a lot of back and forth. The match ends up going down with Sheamus being put into the ankle lock and gets out, but Swagger continues to work on the ankle from there, and then you get Sheamus, who ends up kicking Swagger with the bro kick and ends up getting the pin, but still a lot of damage has been done to that ankle, so it's kind of setting up probably failure for Sheamus after that win. But I like the fact that he won here. I'm interested to see what they do here, because I was surprised that Sheamus won. I would have thought that Swagger would have won to lead up more and more of the stuff with him and Cesaro, but I'm interested to see if Swagger stops Cesaro from progressing more into the tournament, or if Sheamus figures out that he can't fight because his ankle is messed up and Swagger gets into the tournament. But I'm expecting to see something with Swagger and Cesaro from here, and I don't expect Cesaro to progress too far into the tournament. But like I said, a pretty good match here. The crowd wasn't crazy into it, but I thought it was pretty good. So next you get Damien Sandow on the mic, and Sandow's here basically trying to put himself over, saying, he deserves more, reading between the lines of everything he's saying, but he deserves more, and, how he's being put down and stuff like that, and he deserves a championship. He was Money in the Bank winner and stuff like that, and he just basically deserves more here. You get Big Show, who comes out, and he tells Big Show, I know you have things that you want to say, but stay in the corner and just keep them to yourself. And he keeps going on about himself and how he deserves things and how he's great and about his greatness and stuff like that. He goes into Big Show's face and tells him that he's great, and Big Show even knows that he's great. And then Big Show goes to knock him out. I took this as a kind of Incredible Hulk versus Loki thing from the Avengers movie, where you get Loki who's spewing on about he's a god and how he's better than everybody and how everybody should bow to him. And you get Incredible Hulk who just slams the shit out of Loki and says, puny god. I took that as the same thing, where you get Sandow who's spewing on about his greatness and how he deserves more, and Big Show just knocking him out and saying, you don't deserve shit. I really did like this segment, but I'm also worried about Sandow. It's not a great heel look for him. I understand what they're doing here as him being, the type of heel that's kind of, being put down and stuff like that. Kind of Saturday morning type of bad guy, to where that, he's just being beat down upon. But it kind of makes me feel, sad for Sandow here in a way that, he's a guy who has a lot of skills, but it seems that they're just putting him in matches just to lose. So I'm not feeling the hatred for Sandow as far as him being a heel. I'm feeling sad for him, like kind of like a beat down puppy. So yeah, I like the promo. I like the things that they did here, but if it's better for a guy who's booked better. So yeah. So next you get the Wyatt family who come out, and you get Bray Wyatt who does his crazy promos like he usually do. And here he's basically talking about how um, John Cena's fake, and all the crowd looks at him and sees him as this great guy with a smile, but he's just a facade and stuff like that. Basically saying everything he's been saying and putting down Cena more here, and saying how people need to look at Bray Wyatt and look at him, as to what he is and as a god and as somebody who's different and stuff like that. Um, but I really did like the promo here from Bray and stuff, and I thought it was a very good promo as far as him, bringing back Sister Abigail and stuff into the mix and saying that, she said he was different. She said that he was going to, do more things. Um, so after that, you get John Cena who comes out, and he just basically goes here and jokes the shit out of this whole segment. He starts talking about Bray Wyatt, how he should have more fun. You had Bray Wyatt earlier talk about how he wants to have fun but he's going to beat down Cena as well. But John Cena said, he should have more fun. That the guys look like partiers, and Bray Wyatt looks like a ladies' man and stuff like that, and how he should take them out on the street, on the town, and have fun and stuff. He even makes a reference to the Birmingham football teams, telling Bray Wyatt that he should do a rolling tide or something like that. I don't fully understand the reference, but the crowd loved it, and he really got the crowd over here on his side with this. They weren't really booing him like usual, but then Cena goes into making fun of the Wyatt family, saying that this is Sister Abigail, and that Bray Wyatt is that Sister Abigail looks like him, and that she has a beard and stuff. You get Bray Wyatt who starts getting pissed off about this. Then he's saying that this is Wyatt's mother, and that this is a baby that was born from them and stuff. So you get John Cena just basically joking with the Wyatts and making fun of them in an assholish way. And then you get the Wyatt family who's basically saying, yeah, Cena, you got jokes, but this is serious what we're doing, and that, keep joking, we're just going to beat the shit out of you. And then you get Cena who goes, fuck it, let's get into a match, cage match. You aren't nothing without the rest of the Wyatt family. Fight me in a cage without them, and let's see who you really are. As far as this promo goes, I really like both sides. Even though Cena was very jokey here, I really did like Cena here. To me, this is different from the jokiness that he had at the beginning of this feud, to where that he was joking for no reason. Here, his making fun of them was kind of saying, I'm not the guy that you see me as. And as I already beat you down type of thing too, and that, I've won. I can cut jokes because there's nothing you can do to me here. So, you kind of get Cena who's bashful and cocky and stuff like that, and saying, the Wyatt family is nothing to me. I can beat them. So, it's that type of thing here. And I kind of like that, because now you can joke. After you win, now you can joke. But also interested to see what Bray Wyatt do from here, because this is the whole thing of the Wyatts after that saying, keep joking, but we're going to fuck you up, type of thing. And you get Bray Wyatt who's saying, let's go extreme, and then I'm going to do more to you here. So hopefully this means that, Bray Wyatt is going to start getting more physical with Cena, and especially with it being a cage match, you get to see Cena and Bray Wyatt on their own in the ring, and Bray Wyatt just fucking Cena up, and that's what I hope to God happens. So after that, you get a match that I didn't like at all, which was Santino and Emma versus Layla and Fandango. Layla comes out with the win here after pulling Emma's legs off of the top of the rope, and making Emma hit the ground and then hitting the pin. The finish was stupid, and I don't like talking shit about a lot of stuff, but this was just a very bad match here. I expected more from this. I understand that they didn't have a lot of time here, but if you don't have a lot of time, don't put it on there. And I'm so fucking tired of seeing Santino and Fandango fight. I would rather seen it just be Layla versus Emma here, and them two have a match where Fandango kind of interferes and gets Layla the win. quickly and just Layla hit some move or something, but not the way that she won. It looked very haphazard and lazy, and I didn't like the segment at all. So next you get Stephanie McMahon, who's backstage basically berating Kane, saying, why is he losing? She thought that she hired somebody else, and that, where's the monster Kane at? Where's the guy that she thought was going to be in control, not having petty fights and stuff like that? And she says, I need the monster Kane. Kane looks at the glass case with his mask in it, takes the mask out, and basically says, I'm going to give you the monster. They cut a promo package later on and stuff like that showing Kane with the mask on and saying that, the monster is coming back. So I'm interested to see what they go from here. I don't have a lot of high hopes about this because Kane hasn't really been that great as far as in ring goes. His look has been better and he's more muscular now, but as far as his actual in ring presence go, it hasn't been that great. If they are planning for it to be Kane versus Daniel Bryan at Extreme Rules, I'm hoping to God that them using weapons and stuff like that actually make Kane a better wrestler here and that he doesn't have to do a lot of physical things because he has the weapons. But I don't have a lot of high hopes for it. I'm just hoping that something good comes out of it. So next match, you get another tournament match for the IC title with Dolph Ziggler versus Bad News Barrett. And this is a match that started off pretty slow and started off with the crowd not really into it. There was CM Punk's chat going on here. And I think that these guys just didn't find their groove until the commercial break. But once that commercial break happened, these guys went in. And once the crowd got into it, they got into it. And this turned into a very fun match. They did their moveset correctly. They were both doing some very nice moves here. It ends up with both of them hitting signatures. We get Bad News Barrett hitting the Wastelands, then Dolph Ziggler kicking out of that. You get Dolph Ziggler hitting the Famous Sir and Wade Barrett kicking out of that. And then you get Wade Barrett who hits the bull hammer and knocks Ziggler out and picks up the win. And I really did like this match. It was a very fun match, and especially towards the second half of it, it really picked up and, just a lot of back and forth. And this was between two guys who I wanted to see win in any way, but one guy had to come out winning here, and it was the guy that was getting the current push, Bad News Barrett. So I'm happy to see what happened. And after the match, you get Bad News Barrett, who basically says, I got some bad news for you that I'm gonna become IC champion. So yeah, a very fun match, and I'm happy to see Barrett get a push, and you can tell he's just happy to be back. So after that, you get your main event with The Shield, who comes out and waiting for their mystery opponents, and it ends up being 11 of the heels on the roster. And it's basically shades of what happened with The Shield versus the 11 faces after the whole SummerSlam with Daniel Bryan, and how the 11 faces were facing The Shield. And this was the same thing with The Shield, just being role reversals, and now The Shield are the faces, and these guys are the heels coming to face them. So you get here is a interesting match to start off with Heath Slater basically taking a beat down at first, and The Shield just basically going in and beating down on Heath Slater. Then the match begins with Heath Slater still getting beat down, and it starts getting a little bit more once some more stronger guys got in, like Rusev and Titus O'Neil and stuff like that, and Ryback. And they got in and started taking control of the match and beating down on Seth Rollins. But then you got it's all hell starting to break loose once a spear gets hit onto Ryback, and those heels just start trying to beat down on the Shield. But you get guys just start flying off the top rope from the Shield and just laying onto these heels and taking them out and stuff like that, and just the Shield trying to show their dominance the best way they could and just trying to retake their ring. And I thought this was just very fun to watch. And then you start getting the Shield getting beat down and stuff, and the Shield just getting overwhelmed by the numbers and just getting beat down by these guys. So it was very fun to see them, just all these guys take dominance here, and you see why they were here, because the Authority put them there. And you get the return of Evolution, or what I want to call them, the Authority of Evolution, or the Evolution of the Authority. So Evolution is back, and they come out and they continue to beat down on the Shield, and Batista bombs, RKOs, and all that good stuff. and just beating the holy hell out of the Shield. You have a Batista bomb into an RKO again here, and you get Roman Reigns who crawls up to Triple H and tries to get him or whatever he was going to try to do there, and you basically get Triple H who comes out, gets a mic and says, "Believe in the Evolution," and you get Evolution Triple H who hits him with a pedigree, and Evolution stands strong, and the Shield is falling for now. But as far as this goes, I thought tonight's show was very good. I didn't really feel the 3 hours throughout. I thought the IC title stuff was very well done, and the fact that you planned it all the way through the show worked very well. And I also like the fact that it wasn't rushed matches. Each one of these matches were given a good amount of time here, and the guys who were in it were former champions in certain ways. I think except for Barrett, every other one of them were at least world heavyweight champions. So all of them had some good spots in here and stuff like that, and I just love seeing that type of thing for this mid card chat and for this mid card title here. As far as everything else goes on the night, I thought the Diva stuff was pretty good. All the other matches made sense to why they were there, and it wasn't that much filler here. The stuff with Fandango was the only thing that I didn't like tonight, but that was because it wasn't given the time for it to work, and also because it was fucking Fandango facing Santino again. So I thought it was a pretty good night. As far as my grade would go, I would give tonight an A-. I thought it was a very good show. It wasn't as great as a crowd as last week's show was, but the main core of what was here tonight was the show, and was the wrestling, and was the future still popping onto the show, and the whole thing of the future versus the past. So I still like that they played up on that here as well. So, and I'm also curious as to the whole thing with Daniel Bryan not being here because of his honeymoon, and whether or not that's a good or bad thing for this feuds and stuff leading forward, especially with that the crowd were chanting for Daniel Bryan towards the end here, and he wasn't there. So I'm curious whether or not the Shield are going to be cool with that, and whether or not that's kind of fuck up the push that's Daniel Bryan getting here. So a very interesting show, a very fun show, and like I said, I give tonight's show A-. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, links down below. Thank you for watching. Peace.